goes in, Mike Dunleavy calls a timeout.
We're tied at 78. Stoudemire hand in. Out of bounds with the ball. Portland Trailblazer. Anderson had a hand on it. Here comes Anthony. It's a 3-on-3 as Anthony surveys, and he finds Grant with the Jackson screen, and he plows him under inside, and Fuller gets the loose ball.
The officials better be careful right now. They're allowing both teams to play, but you don't want this to get out of control.
Is it out of control now?
It's on the borderline. That's a Madonna song.
He's with the runner. Rebound by Augmon. Blazers going up against the Utah 5, comprised of Russell, Malone, Isley, Todd Fuller, and Shandon Anderson. They bring out Fuller with the pass to Sabonis, who looks for Grant, who's covered by Malone. Grant with great patience. Shot clock violation, a little too much patience.
Yeah, a little patience, but right now, Brian Grant is saying that Karl Malone is hitting him on the elbow. Now, that's another old trick. I didn't see if he did it or not, but it's a great trick if he's getting away with it. He might have.
Stockton is in for Isley. That ball kicked out of bounds. Reset the 24-second shot clock with 8:23 to play. Both teams are shooting 48% for the game. Rebounding about the same. 12 turnovers for Utah, 9 for the Portland Trailblazers.
That's the difference in the second half so far, as Utah has only had 2 turnovers. They had 10 in the first half, and now the Blazers have 4 turnovers in the second half.
Stockton.
Foul! Good foul. Great pass. Better smart play again, knowing who you are fouling. Todd Fuller is not a great free throw shooter. He has a layup. You put him on the foul line. Terrific pass, John Stockton.
Oh, man.
Nice play. The problem, though, that's another foul for Grant, and right now, he's becoming their go-to guy.
So Todd Fuller is at the free throw line, a guy who played at North Carolina State. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, and in high school, he played basketball for Hall of Famer Bobby Jones. While North Carolina State, could have been a Rhodes Scholar. Had just 2 B's and all A's in his 4 years there.
I just had 2 B's in college also.
And then the rest were C's. Under 8 to play. Augmon working on Russell. Jackson into Anderson, and a foul called inside.
Jimmy Jackson playing more like Shandon Anderson on that last play, drawing the foul.
So Ryder is on the bench. 12 points, 3 assists, and just 1 foul tonight for Isaiah. Wallace, on the other hand, Doc, has got 5 fouls as Jackson fends on his first free throw. And Jackson, Doc, was red hot in the Phoenix series. He went 19 of 20 from the free throw line. Here he misses his first tonight from the stripe.
Yeah, this is a little bit more difficult shooting free throws here, first of all. 2 of the games were at home, you remember, in that Portland series. I think interesting right now for Portland, when you look out on the floor, where are they going to get their points from? This is more of their defensive unit minus Sabonis.
Russell, Stockton, and Malone. Nice little Grant, who bit, but the shot wouldn't go. And Augmon is there, and he flings it out to Anthony. Portland has not had a field goal, Doc, in 5 minutes.
Yet it's a tie score, so if you're Portland, this is okay.
Grant is fouled inside by Karl Malone. make it Anderson who picks up number 4.
Yeah, and you can see Anderson coming in late in the picture, and the reach is what they're calling the foul on.
Free throw shooting in the game, 25 tries for the Blazers. They've hit 15, 30 tries for the Jazz. They've drilled 22. Sabonis over Fuller. The hook shot won't go for the Lithuanian Sabonis.
And that's a nice shot for him because with Fuller, he has a size advantage and he can always get that shot off. I think he's rushing it a little bit.
Malone and Grant off balance. 5 fouls on Brian Grant.
I mean, this is a war, a physical game, and at some point, you call a foul on something. Basketball teams, so you knew it would come to this. Though I must say, though a lot of guys have gone to the floor, I think the play has been pretty clean for the most part.
Blazers have scored but 1 point.
Karl Malone is not going to go and play. Eventually, you have to make a choice. Rasheed Wallace or Grant. They're going to go towards Grant. That is a jump by Fuller. He just ran over Stoudemire. Third on Fuller. And these are the easy ones to go.
Blazers down by 6. This ties the biggest deficit for them for the entire playoffs so far. Rebound yanked off the glass by Russell.
Yeah, Karl Malone affected that shot with that quick reach. The switch back on Grant is a smart move by Utah. Put Malone back on Brian Grant.
Here they go again. Nice pass to Fuller. Yes, a travel is called on Fuller. And Wallace, thinking he was guilty, was set to go to the bench, but the travel called by Joe Crawford.
Wallace thinking that he picked up his 6th foul, went on and made it a very hard foul. But you know, if you travel first, and he did, then it is not a foul. It was a great call by Joey Crawford. Quite honestly, I thought it was a bad call when I saw it live. That's why we're over here.
Only the second Utah turnover in the second half. It's Grant. Over Malone, squeezing it home.
Through Malone, not over him. I mean, he just backed Karl Malone under the basket and then dropped him off.
It's a 4-point game with under 4 to play in game 1. Screen by Malone, a crushing screen on Stoudemire.
Yeah, that's the shot that Stockton has to make. When you're that wide open by that type of screen, you have to make that shot.
Stoudemire to Wallace.
Basically, right now, the Portland Trailblazers are picking on whoever Fuller is on.
Ryder for the triple,
That's
rebounded by Malone.
That's a bad shot.
He was hesitant.
Jimmy Jackson was wide open. Just swing the basketball to the open man. Even if you think you want to take that shot, it's easier to swing it to an open guy.
And a charge on Malone. A foul on Karl Malone.
How about this?
Only the third turnover this half by Utah, as a couple of calls have gone here late in the game to the Portland Trailblazers.
Now watch him grab the arm. You see that? They caught him. He went under Brian Grant's arm and grabbed it. He tried to draw the foul, and instead the officials were in the right spot, and they caught it.
A bit of their own medicine.
You see the grab right there, Kevin? That's Karl Malone grabbing Grant. That is not Brian Grant grabbing Karl Malone. And usually Malone gets away with it. It was a nice pickup by the officials.
3:14 to play. Both teams shooting about 46.5%, 47% for the game. Turnovers, 9 for the Blazers, 14 for Utah. 19 points from Grant, 22 from Malone. We knew that would be a battle royal, and they had gone eye to eye, face to face, cheek to cheek all night long. 3 minutes left in the game. Stoudemire had a turnover by Stockton. Russell into Wallace.
See, Wallace was worried about his foul.
He's got 5.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to maybe foul on that one because it's only 2 minutes and a half left in this game.
Ryder yet to be doubled. Now he is, and swings it back out to Stoudemire. Fuller with the rebound. Rebounded by Jackson. Portland has numbers. Ahead to Wallace. Out to Ryder. The triple.
Boy,
over the backboard and out of bounds and back to the Utah Jazz.
Portland has had opportunities. That was a nice shot by Ryder. Didn't fall. Malone never came down the court. Now you're looking at the timeout situation. Both teams are in great shape.
Doc, Portland is a dismal 1 of 12 from the field in this quarter.
Yeah, it's amazing that they're down just 6 points.
Malone to Fuller, whacked inside by Isaiah Ryder.
I think the savvy of the Jazz right now is the reason the Jazz are up 6 points. You know, we talked about on paper, when you look at these two teams, Kevin, and you look at all the athletes and you say, well, the Trailblazers have more athletes, but the Jazz have more savvy. And right now, I think it's really starting to show.
What means more in the playoffs? Smarts or both?
I'll take both if I have my choice. But if you give me a lot of talent and more savvy, I think I'm going with that. Experience in the playoff usually wins out. That's why the Bulls were so good.
Utah is loaded with experience, and Portland is not. This is the first time they've been to the second round since 1992. Pandemonium inside the Delta Center.
Break the rules that the NBA is supposed to enforce, but they never enforce it, which is fine. I mean, I've been getting play like that 7 years.
Tomorrow night, the Los Angeles Lakers with Shaquille O'Neal against San Antonio, the back end of a doubleheader that will start with Philadelphia at Indiana. A great doubleheader tomorrow night as the playoffs continue on TNT. And after tonight, it's inside the NBA. Peter Vesey and Kenny the Jet Smith will join Ernie Johnson. That's inside the NBA after tonight's game. With 1:49 to play, Wallace from outside. And a foul on Grant. Sheldon Russell.
For 45 minutes, Kevin. For 45 minutes, they kept their composure.
And this is not the first time this has happened.
No, and it really didn't get out of control. I just thought more of the little things. is what is going to steal this game for the Jazz down the stretch. The ability to draw fouls, the ability to make their free throw shots when they go to the foul line, and the inability for the Portland Trailblazers, 1 for 13 in this quarter, to make shots. And they've had some open shots. So even with all the things that has happened as far as the savvy part of it, if the Trailblazers can make some open shots, this game is a tie game. 1 for 13 from the field.
Horrible fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Walt Williams has come in for the Portland Trailblazers. Malone hits the second free throw, and the Blazers now is Stoudemire, Williams, Wallace, Ryder, and Sabonis. Utah's on a 15-3 run. Stoudemire swerving inside for 2.
See, that's my question. When I said, where's Stoudemire? They know, he knows that he can get his shot off. If your team is 1 for 13, you would think that Stoudemire at some point would try to do what he did exactly there.
Doc, those are the first points by Stoudemire in the second half.
Yeah.
Rebounded by Wallace, and he gets it out to Stoudemire. Through traffic, pickpocketed by Russell.
The key is what you just said, through traffic. That's the second time in the second half that Damon Stoudemire has tried to dribble through traffic. The way the Jazz reach, you're going to turn the ball over.
Stockton. Sabonis knocked it away. Malone has it, and Fuller is left free. First 24, the Blazers looked in.
Boy, in this game they are.
And they've been resting since Thursday as Stoudemire is reaching in. Inside the NBA is coming up next with Bob Lorenz and Danny Shays, a longtime center in the NBA. Right now with the Orlando Magic, they'll preview tomorrow night's games. A great doubleheader on TNT. And they'll go over the New York 192 win over Atlanta tonight. Stockton. The schedule coming up in this series. Thursday we're back here in the Delta Center. Saturday afternoon on NBC, and then Sunday night back on TNT.
Mark this down. John Stockton just missed 2 free throws. Wow.
We need every foul we can get.